Hey, what's up guys? It's Nicky Bobby here, and today I'm going to show you how to fix an axe where the head might be sliding off of the handle. You see, over time, especially with tools that have a wooden handle like this, you'll notice that the head on your tool starts to slide off that handle. In this video, I'm going to show you my favorite way on how to fix that problem. Let's jump right into it. Okay, so here's our axe, and as you can see, this head is a little wobbly here. It might be kind of hard to tell actually, but it is a little wobbly, and what you can see is right here, this head is starting to fall off. You can kind of see there's a lip there, and that's what's really concernful. That's kind of what caught my eye. And the problem with that is as you use tools like these and as you keep using them, it's just going to get worse and worse. And eventually it's going to get so bad and so weak, this head is just going to fly straight off at whatever you're facing. And that can be very, very dangerous. So as soon as you see something like this, or if it gets loose, you want to fix that right away to prevent it from getting any worse. Now there's definitely a few methods on how you could fix this. One way to go is to use a wedge, and basically you just take a wedge and you hammer it right down the center of this. And what that'll do is it'll split the wood apart like that and push it up against this metal here, the sides of the head, and that's how it'll keep the head on. Now it's not a bad way to do it. That's actually a pretty good way to do it. That's probably how most people would tell you to do it. But I'm going to show you a little different method that I think works a little better. Okay, so this is all of the supplies and tools that you'll need to fix the axe. So we have a hammer here that you're gonna need. You also need some screws. Now I'm just using 2-inch wood screws. Typically the longer the better. You can use shorter screws, but they're not gonna be as strong. So you wanna make sure they're right around 2 inches or a little bit longer than that, and that should do the trick. I also have a few washers here, and you don't really need the washers, but they do add a little bit of extra strength. So if you have them, definitely use them. We also have some glue that we're going to use to reinforce it, and this is just basic wood glue. You can use Gorilla Glue, anything like that. Yeah, I mean, any of that kind of stuff would work. Then lastly, we have a drill, and this is going to be a big deal. You can do it all by hand, but the drill is going to make it 1,000 times easier, so I highly recommend using it. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do to fix the axe is we want to put some glue on this. So I'm going to go ahead and grab my glue, and I'm going to put a little bit on top here, and then I'm going to go ahead and flip the axe over and put a little bit on the bottom. There's not a huge gap right here, so I probably won't get a ton of glue in there, but we'll see what happens. Hopefully I'll get at least a little bit in there. Here we go. Okay, so we've got some glue in there and it's looking pretty good so far. The next step that we're gonna do is we're gonna grab a hammer right here, and we want to hammer this down so that it's in the correct position. We'll go ahead and do that now. Alright, so now as you can see here, there is no more lip up here, and it's nice and flush with the handle itself, and that's the exact position that you want this head to be in. So hammer it down. Once it's nice and flush with the top of the handle, you know that you're in the right spot. So the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and grab some screws. Now for my axe, I'm just going to use 2 screws because this surface area is not huge here, so you could probably put 3 in there, but I'm just going to put 2, one at the end on this side and then one at the end on this side. Now because there's not very much of a gap, I will drill a small pilot hole just to get it started. If you have a larger gap, you don't even need the pilot hole, you can just drill right in and screw it right in. But yeah, so first we're gonna go ahead and drill a pilot hole, then we'll screw them in. there we go. Got our 2 pilot holes in there, and we're ready to screw them in. Alright, so there you go. We just put our screws in here, as you can see, and these were really hard to get in, as you could probably tell from the video. Drilling a bigger pilot hole wouldn't be a bad idea. Also, if you just had someone there to hold it as you screwed it in, or maybe you put it in a vice grip or something like that, that might help. But these were really hard to get in, so you might need a helping hand to get these in, by the way. Otherwise, we are done, and this looks really good, and it's super strong. These are not going to come out anytime soon. Now, one thing I do want to mention is if you start having the opposite problem, so instead of the head sliding off this way upwards, if the head starts to slide down on the handle and it starts going this way, that could be a problem as well. It's not as common to see, but it can still be a problem. So how you fix that is you just take those screws, probably get some shorter ones so they don't go all the way through the wood, and just screw them right in down here. You could probably use 2 of them here and then 2 on the other side, and that'll probably do the trick. But that'll keep that from sliding down this way. So this axe handle doesn't have that problem, at least not right now, so I'm not gonna do that. But if you do have that opposite problem, that's a good way to fix it. Otherwise, there's our fix right there. Alright, so there you go, guys. That is how you fix an axe handle where the head is starting to come off. This works for a lot of different things, by the way. Not just an axe, but you can use this on a pickaxe, a mallet. I mean, anything you can think of that has this problem, you can use this method to fix it. And like I said, this isn't the only way to do it, but in my opinion, it's probably one of the best ways to do it because it's just so strong and it's really easy to do. Most likely, you have screws in your garage or somewhere in your house, and you're not even gonna have to go to the store to get supplies to fix this. So there you go, guys. That is how you fix an axe or any other kind of tool like this. Let me know if you liked the video. Let me know if this helps you out at all, and I'll see you guys in the next one.